Hello guys, Dr. Plankton here, and today I have a very special analysis for you because this is an exclusive footage that was sent to me by Dr. Silvergun. So I'm sure a lot of you know who Dr. Silvergun is. So just to make a quick introduction, he's an Arknights player who only plays 4 stars. As a side note, when I first started Arknights, I was looking for some guys on Reddit, and I really liked the Summoner's playstyle, and people actually advised me to watch Silvergun. And when I discovered his channel, I was completely blown away because I saw him only using 4 stars on a gacha game where the goal is actually to collect 5 and 6 stars. So I was wondering, is this guy absolutely retarded or is this guy the smartest guy ever? Turns out he's actually Bulgarian, which actually answers both inquiries. Silvergun was actually my main source of inspiration when I first looked at videos on YouTube, and the idea to put Doctor in my YouTube surname actually comes from him. All of that is to say that I'm not sure if this is really gonna be an analysis, because Silvergun knows his stuff much better than I do, so we're gonna watch this run and see if we can actually probably learn a thing or two, or determine whether there were actually some mistakes or not. So without further ado, let's start. So this is a run in IS4. The meta in IS4 is vastly different from IS5 because there are a lot of very fast enemies coming at you at Mach 5 right from the beginning, so you absolutely want either a huge amount of block or AoEs. So for Silvergun, I assume it's stuff like Ethan, Pinecone, Cutter, you know, this kind of stuff. Let's see what he does. Alright, starting with Scientific. I really don't like Scientific squad because it's a very weak squad in the early game. As you can see, you start with 0 anti-interference index, so you don't even know where you're going, you don't even know whether you're taking the emergency or not, even though I have no idea if he wants to take the emergency or not at the beginning. So I really don't like this. Yeah, I don't know, maybe he has enough experience to know how to handle this squad perfectly, but I really don't like it. Alright, to hope. Ooh, slow and steady, interesting. I was pretty sure he was gonna go for first move advantage because it has Ethan and Pinecone, so slow and steady, what does he want? I assume this is Pinecone? Yep. I assume this is, I would say Click, but at the same time Pudding works, Indigo works. Okay. And Defender, I have no idea what he starts with. Oh yeah, since it's Ascension 15, he doesn't have any hope anyway, so it's probably Spot. Alright, Spot, Click, Pinecone, I mean, it can get better than this with these rarities, so sure.
Holding his shield is tiring, pal.
Right, triggering the little goats so Spots can handle all 3 of them. And now there's only 3 enemies at the same time. Perfect. No special enemy. Alright. Perfect first stage. Anti-interference index, that's actually lucky. And Vanguard, that's actually unlucky, I would say, because that's probably not what he wants right now, right? Probably wants even more damage, I would say. Because like 4 stars usually struggle with having damage, which makes sense. So yeah, Vanguard, I guess. I have no idea what he wants. Like, it's probably Beanstalk, but I have no idea. Okay, he actually picks Myrtle for, actually don't know, like DP generation probably, because like Pinecone actually costs a lot. I'm not sure if he wants the healing too with this too. Okay, so he wants to fight, makes sense. I assume he picked the life points so he can end up stacking shields as fast as possible. This is arguably by far the easiest emergency in IS4. IS4's first floor is so weird because there are some incredibly difficult stages that can literally end your run on floor 1, and then there's this one, which I don't even know if I've lost a single HP once to this stage. Maybe once because I wasn't paying attention. It's interesting that he's picking Myrtleless 1 even though he literally doesn't need the S1 Myrtle, so I don't know, maybe S2 was a better idea. Would S2 have allowed him to survive 1 or 2 more Gopnik hits just in case? I don't know, I actually don't know this. Probably not. I think Spot gets one-shotted by Gopnik, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, hold up. Let me just put this in 1.5 because as you can see the video is 75 minutes long, right? So
I want to go lie down.
Driver's Whip is insanely good in this case because it increases the damage from Pinecone, obviously, but also a bit from Spot and Myrtle. Probably doesn't matter that much, but still. And he can recruit a defender. Does he want to? I don't think he wants a defender. Like, is it a good time to pick Gummy? I don't think it is. For the extra stun, sure. I don't think he needs healing that much. Yeah, let's see.
Doctor.
Yeah, he picked Biggle. Makes sense. Hunt or advance, hunt. Like hunt anytime. Usually bottom for Dattles are more valuable than top for Dattles because bottom activate the effects and with top you select the node you want to activate them on. So usually the effect is more valuable, particularly if it's a good effect, and hunt is a good effect. Usually bottom for Dattle are more valuable than top one. Funny that he actually decided to spend anti-interference index just to get 2 hope. Not sure that was a good decision. I mean, I know he's gonna get back some anti-interference index because of the squad, but still, using it like that on floor 1 where most encounters are actually pretty bad is, yeah, I'm not sure about this. Alright, I'm not sure on which end. I think he wants to go on the 4th ending, so does he want the Horizon Invitation this early? Not sure. Here the Stone Gargoyle may allow him to stack up some shields really quickly. Other than that, there's actually not a lot of interesting stuff there. Yeah, I can pick a traditional medic. Fog Machine is okay, I guess. 4-leaf Clover Fossil, probably not in a 4-star run, but usually 4-leaf Clover Fossil is a really slept-on collectible, I feel. Yep, get the Stone Gargoyle, so he's at 10 HP, so he's gonna start stacking up some shields. Doing Perfumer, I assume. Pure Stream, okay, interesting. Take the Aegis. Withdrawing a lot of ingots and get the shield. Okay, sure. Even more ingots. Jesus Christ. And get a Vanguard to eat with the Myrtle. Okay, interesting. Duck? Keeping Myrtle as 1. Interesting. Can he kill the Duck? I don't think he can. Maybe if his click was E2, but nah, I don't think he can. He can kill all other enemies for sure, but not the Duck. Yeah, he does basically no damage.
Mission accomplished.
But see, that's why for new players you still want to take on this stage, because even if you leak the Duck, you're still getting some EXP. With the EXP you're getting like hopes, quad size, and you're getting ingots, vouchers, for Dattles, this kind of stuff. So do not skip this stage, even if you can kill the Duck, it's okay. Plume, right. Yeah, he doesn't want, like, what he wants right now are probably like guards, snipers, casters, this kind of stuff. Water or Doubt, I feel like Doubt is useless in most cases, but I'm not sure if he wants the Triskar Helm for the 4th ending, but at the same time, he can simply go to a regular Lost and Found, so I don't think he needs the Doubt. Yeah. Okay, sure. Low altitude maneuvering is not that hard, but he just needs a unit that can stay alive. It's worth noting that even without the Lakebed Aegis, Pinecone is actually quite tanky for a ranged unit. Boomstick snipers are actually decently tanky. For example, these are the stats of Shirayuki, so she has 1600 HP and 100 defense, while Pinecone has 2200 HP and 167 defense. It's still very bad, but I mean, she's a sniper, so it's alright. But just to show that it's actually, I think, the second tankiest sniper archetype after Fingers.
But we have to be diligent with the cleanup.
Medic, still not what he wants, but at least that's an E2 pure stream. Ooh, that's a bit annoying because, well, he used the Fordattles to get this emergency, but then there's a bosky passage there. Yeah, a bit unfortunate. And just to be clear, he couldn't do that. He couldn't, for example, go there, there, and there, unless he would get one anti-interference here or here, which was not guaranteed at all. And, well, you won't gamble on the fact that you will get one anti-interference index if, in the end, you might end up having to skip the bosky passage. This would be insanely bad. Alright, lower deployment limit and redeployment time greatly reduced. This is very bad usually because lower deployment limit is like divided by I think 5 or something. But still, redeployment time is greatly reduced. That means he can deploy only 2 units if it doesn't have any deployment limit upgrade, which is the case here. So I usually hate this thing, but depending on the stages, it can be doable. Alright, triggering the enemy with Myrtle. As you can see, only 2 deployment unit limit.
Whatever you say. So many weaknesses.
Pinecone can probably deal enough damage to the clone, but the issue is, in this position, she actually can't heal, so can she survive this guy? I'm not sure. Okay, redeploying to deploy Click, but then Click can't kill the Phantom, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he had any choice. Alright, -1, but that's shield, so it doesn't care. Anti-interference, alright. What was those Fodatals? Silence and water, I mean, silence is just insane, so... Defender is cool, okay. Safe house, Elite, the Pinecone, alright. Downtime recreation, random collectibles, sure. -10% is fine. So far he already has like 2 quote-unquote damage items, so the whip and the -10% HP, which are actually decent items at this point. Payback with the laser shield shouldn't be that hard, I assume.
Cleaning work is my specialty.
Even with the whip and even with Pinecone's inner defense penetration, she actually doesn't deal any damage to this cannon. That's actually unfortunate. He needs Click. That's unfortunate. Alright, perfect.
Didn't feel much different from any other battle.
Victory Horn is okay on Click, I suppose. Specialist, finally. Stone and Warrior. Usually I prefer top blue Fodatals, but I don't remember what other bottom Fodatals he has. So it depends, I'm not sure. Yeah, top blue. Top blue is usually better because the bottom blue are usually infinitely better than the bottom red. And the thing is, there's actually quite a lot of good bottom red, but for bosses only, and for bosses only, you actually don't need like very good top red Fodatals. Like even the simplest top red Fodatal can do the trick. Alright, Specialist, I mean, we all know who's coming, right? King's Staff is useless. Nah, in IS4 it's actually useless, unfortunately. Alright, there's probably a boss key passage somewhere, or maybe there's a lost and found, or maybe there's both, actually. So, he only has 10 ingots, so the Rogue Trader is actually not that valuable. The Scouting Node seems very valuable for the entire Interference Index alone, because that would mean he would be able to do this, that, and that. So that's quite a lot of fights on top of the Scouting Node. And that also means that he's gonna end up here, which is another vertical path, and I'm pretty sure like one of these is the boss key, and if it's not, it's the Lost and Found, which is the Tree Scar Helm, so it removes one of the debuffs for the 4th ending, so it's not bad. So yeah, probably something like this, and then pivot here if necessary. Oh, interesting, he chose the top path instead. Alright, so now we can E to Ethan. Let's see. Guard, Vanguard, in or Horizon Invitation. He can't recruit anything besides, like, for example, a Midnight. So does he want the Horizon? Probably on floor 3, that seems reasonable. Okay, getting more ingots. What does he want to buy with this? Suppression and Harmony? Oh, the bombs, okay. Refresh, and now what do we have here? Bunch of garbage. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? So we have the single most useless collectible, which is Paradigm Apparatus. Frostbuck's Pauldron is okay, and all these are useless. Tower EX and skip, okay. Very bad Rogue Trader. Alright, Patrol. Boss key passage, that was expected, which is why I'm not sure if the encounter and the shop was a good idea, actually. I would have probably gone in the middle and then go there, and go to the boss key. Like, in my opinion, this would have been better. Silver coin, nice. Helps basically all of his operators. He can also E2 click or recruit another 4-star. I'm not sure which one is the best. Probably E2 click, right? Never mind. Totter. Lakebed Aegis is actually doing quite a lot of work there. Resolution is okay on spot, I suppose. Let's see. Advent or Rage, I mean Rage is useless. Although arguably on Silvergun it's probably not that bad, but I hate the fact that it's temporary, and most importantly, I hate the fact that it's a green for Dazzle. That means you have to use it, if you want the resonance, you have to use it with a top green for Dazzle. And so that means you're gonna have to use it on like an encounter or something, so there's like a 1 chance out of 2 that it does nothing. So yeah, it's probably gonna pick Advent there. Yeah. Specialist Defender. I actually don't know what he wants. This was released way later after Contrail was released, so maybe Contrail? I'm not sure. Oh! Actually J. Interesting. Lost and found. Interesting, he actually doesn't get the Triskar Helm. I was pretty sure he was gonna get the Triskar Helm there. Bloodbath is currently useless? Let's see. Obtain hope every step forward, so that's the Bosky passage with no fight. The thing is, 4-star runs are always very paradoxical because you don't need a lot of hope. Like, your 4-stars cost 3 to recruit. Like, what do you need hope for? So it's probably not that great. Ooh, he wants to do this one. Now it's Sword Guy. You can see the Victory Horn is actually doing quite a lot of work because when you look at this, like, click stun this guy for like, I don't know, like 6 to 7 seconds. Yeah, Paradis. Warrior Advent. He picks Warrior, that's interesting. Usually between Warrior and Advent, I would say Advent is better, but like by a slight margin. Here, I would probably pick the second option. Simply because, well, leaking a boss is always an option in IS4. When I said that in one of my previous videos, some people told me, no, it's actually very hard to leak a boss in IS4. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Here, Silvergun is on floor 3, he has 19 HP, and he's gaining a shield every fight. Getting to 30 is extremely easy. It's extremely easy in IS4, particularly when you get these kinds of events. Ooh, alright. Alright, -5. In my opinion, this was probably the biggest mistake so far. He knew he couldn't take this fight without some losses. So he's gonna get some rewards, so it's gonna be good. But I feel like the second option was actually better in order to reach 30 HP ASAP. I'm not sure if Silvergun is one of these people that just like refuses to leak the boss whenever he can. In my opinion, if you leak the boss and it says on the screen victory, that means it's the fucking victory and that's it. So yeah, I'm not sure. I would have probably chickened out and picked the second option there, simply because, well, I really like getting to more than 30 HP in IS4. Alright, he actually gets anti-interference index and Fisher restraints, which are actually both pretty good items. Like the medic voucher is actually pretty useless, I would say. Perfume is fine, but like I don't think he's gonna need her for a while. Tutter.
Mission accomplished.
Black Tulip or Weaver Thorns and Leaves? These are both great, but Weaver Thorns and Leaves, depending on the RNG, can be stupidly good, if we're being honest. Like, it's not as broken as the entire camouflage for range units in IS3, but it can be seriously very good. But the thing is, he's paying 4 stars, he really needs more damage. I can understand both choices there. That's the main issue. There's not like one single better item. Weaver Thorns and Leaves is better defensively speaking, and Black Tulip is better offensively speaking. Since he has Lake of Aegis, I'm not sure. I would have probably picked Black Tulip because he wants as much damage as he can, but yeah, it's very difficult. Yep, that's what he picked. E2J as well. Sing, Surprise, and Originium. All three are pretty good, but Sing is not pretty good. Sing is just insane, so he's probably gonna pick Sing. He picked Surprise! Oh, wow. I don't think the value of Surprise is gonna be better than the value of Sing. If I'm being honest, I would have picked Sing any time here. Alright, this is a questionable decision if I'm being honest. No, I would have picked Sing there. Particularly since a lot of his units actually work quite well with attack speed. Like, Ethan works well with attack speed, Totter works well with attack speed, Click works well with attack speed. That's a very weird decision. Alright, another silence. He has 3 entire interference index. Yeah, I'll probably go for the fight, and then Lost and Found, and then he can do whatever he wants. Encounter also works. Sure. Wait, that's the top one. When does he want to get the Triskar Helm? That's weird. He wants to get it on floor 5? But then he also wants the Horizon Invitation? Wait, I think I understand. I think he picked the Surprise because he wants the Horizon Invitation. Yeah, but still, that's precisely why you don't want to buy the Horizon Invitation this late in the game. You definitely want to buy it, like, at most on floor 3. In my opinion, that still doesn't make sense. Losing all your HPs like that, that's very unfortunate. So now all of his units are gonna have way less HP. This stage should be more than doable with Ethan and Totter sniping from afar. Jay healing, nice. Perfect. Screaming Cherry is fine. He has 20 hope, so that's already one of the debuffs aside. I think it's the one from the third ending, so he doesn't need that anymore. And Medic is unfortunate. Incantation, Medic, 4-star win. Water, Originium. Usually Originium would be much better because, well, it's water but better. But in this case, he can pick the water to go along with the Surprise, and that's one less collapse value with the Resonance, so that's good. Yep. Reduce movement speed, increase weight, defense, and resistance. This is probably the worst one in my opinion. Weight doesn't matter, but defense and resistance is insanely bad. Like, all enemies having more defense and resistance is insanely bad. Big migration, arguably with Ethan, is probably easy, I would say. Alright, nice bomb.
Feel like you're gonna faint?
Ooh, almost dozed off. All units, watch for my Kigano.
I see you.
For new people, for new players who are watching, this is why Ethan is absurd. Just look at this.
You can't see me.
Still, you can see that the cracks are starting to show, and he really doesn't have a lot of increased damage. So yeah, he has the CCs, but that's not gonna be enough for the 4th ending.
You saw me, right?
Anti-interference index, nice. Supporter is definitely not what he wants right now, unfortunately.
Right?
Roberta, sure. Wish fulfilled, and alright. It's probably the liver pate. Okay, he's thinking about either more value from a toy that he can get, or he can empty a shop even more, or he wants to actually prevent the debuff from spending the 50 Originium Ingot. Is it really what he wants to do? I'm not sure. I usually wouldn't do that. I would simply like go and get the Triskar Helm. In my opinion, this is much better than spending 50 Originium Ingot, but we never know. Okay, so he does want to spend everything. Alright, let's see. So he absolutely wants the Horizon Invitation, otherwise it's too late. Like, Hand of Outburst there is probably the best thing. The Cast of Voucher, is there like another caster he wants? Probably Indigo, right? Yeah, Hand of Outburst. Devotion is really not that great, but I mean, it's the best thing he has there, so yeah. Alright, he does want the caster, and that's Indigo, yeah, expected. E2 Roberta, sure. Alright, this seems a bit better. There's the Torch, Harmony, I'm not sure which one is Harmony. Another caster, so you can E2 Indigo. There's also another Sniper. Yeah, that's actually much better. Torch, obviously. E2 the Indigo. What other sniper does he want? He already has Totter and he already has Pancone, so what other sniper does he recruit? I'm not sure. Probably something like May, right? Embryo, interesting. Alright, initial SP on Myrtle, sure. Ooh, these are both good. Gold-plated die and rusted razor. So gold-plated die is even less HP for enemies, which in Ascension 15 is extremely good because enemies have a lot of inflated HP. Rusted razor is also very good, like it helps with Totter and Pinecone. I still believe gold-plated die is much better for Ascension 15. Alright, floor 5. The worst floor in IS4, in my opinion. Maybe besides the first one. Double boss key, that's interesting. So he has to take, hold up. He has to take the first encounter, or he has to get to an encounter, but there's no encounter that is visible there. So he has to start from here, and then he can take the boss key, and maybe he can even get the Triskar helm here, I'm not sure. So in any case, he has to start with this encounter, which arguably with Totter should be a joke, I'm not sure. I know Totter is extremely good for this encounter, I've even tried it myself, but this was actually quite a while ago, and I didn't even try it in Ascension 15, it was in Ascension 12, so I'm not sure. But I mean, he's probably gonna destroy the stage anyway.
We'll be fine.
Where's the wind howling from?
We stick together.
I can see. I think it's from the right. Okay, so if it's from the right, usually the best plan with Totter would probably be deploy him like here and repair this one, as well as probably repair this one, I would say. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe repair this one instead. This one is for sure. I'm not sure about the other one. Depends on what he wants to deploy.
Oh, I have to get serious now.
I see clouds rising. Probable hostiles in the snow.
Alright, and the stage is basically over at this point. At this point in the game, this is a joke stage. If you have at least one unit that can ignore invisibility or reveal invisible enemies, and Totter does exactly that. Oh,
Stay healthy, Doctor.
Silvergun, let's have a talk. Why are you at 180 stamina? What are you doing? Alright, Dimension of Fluid, obviously. Children's Puppet is, I don't know, I think 30,000 damage with the boom and the Victory Horn, so it's alright. I think in this case, precisely, it's not that bad. Usually, I would say it's pretty bad, but in this case, it's actually pretty good. Like with Click, with Ethan, with the boom, it's actually pretty good. Defender is pretty bad, though. He even skips it. I mean, I know it's bad, but still. Okay, it's the regular version. Alright, he took Musical Disaster, so the middle one. So he can take the boss key and the Lost and Found. I'm still not sure if he wants the Lost and Found. We're gonna see. Usually this stage in regular version is not that hard. The emergency version is an absolute nightmare. I've lost countless runs on the emergency version of this, but I have lost countless runs on the emergency version of basically any floor 5 stage. Usually the strategy I have for floor 5 is to evade most fighting stage, because these are horrible. There's like 1 or 2 of them that are doable, and a lot of them are run enders. Okay, so now with these guys it's gonna be a bit difficult, but hopefully Pure Stream can heal enough. Okay, she can.
The fearful light comes
Yep.
only from evil.
Ooh, nice stun from Click.
I see clouds rising. Probable hostiles in the snow.
Another nice stun. Alright.
Foggy for won't be any use.
Oh, Click cooked so hard, Jesus.
Wow,
Duck.
they're really
Violence can't solve all your problems.
the fearful light.
And goodbye, Doc.
Mission accomplished.
Narcissus Kane, I mean, I guess it's better than getting it from a boss. Gun caster, probably a gun, right? Does he even have a gun? I don't think he has gotten a single gun in this game. That's actually so bad. I guess it's Cutter or something? Moose! Okay, alright, interesting. Yep, very bad. Alright, he's finally getting the Triskar. Interesting. He's getting it at the very last moment. That's very dangerous in most cases, but I mean, in this case it works, so... Again, reduce movement speed, increase weight, defense, and resistance. Webinar mounts and Cs is insanely difficult in emergency. Probably a joke in regular version, but with the increased defense and resistance, this stage actually becomes difficult even in the regular version. Okay, he even wants to get the Triskar Hem here. Yeah, that's probably the better idea, because there is no way he can deal with this stage. Yeah, he can reveal the invisible guys with Totter, and not even reveal, like, Totter is gonna attack them, but they're gonna have increased defense. It's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. Like, there's no way you can do that. Alright, Triskar Helm. Water of Life is... I guess it can be used with Totter S1, but he's not at the point where he wants to use Totter S1, so it is probably useless. Now that he has the Triscar Helm, he can allow himself to spend some Iridium Ingot, so what does he want there? I see the Warning Fence, which is okay. The rest is... Hand of Super Speed is probably the only one worth talking about, because it's 120 attack speed on Ethan, right? So with Hand of Super Speed, it's gonna be even more guaranteed, and even outside of his skill too, which is actually pretty great. Yeah, does he want something else? Does he have E2 Contrade? I don't remember. I don't think he has E2 Contrade. Does it matter? Not sure. Okay. Yeah, he's at a point where he can basically not get anything else, so he might as well just E2 his unit. Red Bow Tie is alright-ish. The rest is really not that great. Malediction would be fine, but the thing is, it's very expensive. Can he even... can he even get it? Yeah, I guess he wants to get it, but Jesus. How many ingots has he taken in this run? I don't remember. Okay, Malediction. So, with 4-star, what does he want to do, actually? Like, how does he want to kill the boss? Like, his main damage dealer are Pinecone and Totter. With Ethan, I assume he wants to stall the right lane, and I'm not sure about how he's gonna handle the left one. I assume it's probably like a mix of Pinecone and Totter as well. It's either Ethan on the right and Pinecone and Totter on the left, or the opposite. But the opposite wouldn't make much sense, because they are gonna get attacked by the ranged enemies. So, Ethan can dodge, Ethan can get healed, and he has he's tankier than Pinecone and Totter, so it makes more sense this way. Now I wonder how he's gonna kill the bulwarks. Like Ethan too? I'm not sure. Let's see. He really isn't that tanky. That's really not good. Does he even have shields? I don't remember. Let me just check a bit. He has shields, but even with his shields, his Myrtle is taking that much damage. Just imagine if it didn't have Lakebed Aegis. Okay. Shift the aggro. J to tank the stun from Samus Will, and now Moose to reduce the damage of Samus Will. Very good. I still have no idea how he's gonna clear the right part. Maybe he's gonna deploy Totter on the right? I'm not sure. Okay, so I was right. He's actually using Ethan on the right and Pinecone on the left. Let's see where he puts his Totter. It's a nice bomb. You can see how much damage the bomb plus Children's Puppet dealt. Actually, almost killed this mage. It's actually okay. Once all of these enemies went through, there are no more enemies spawning until Samus Will reaches the second phase, so at 50% HP. So now he can prepare however he wants, which is really good. Okay, he's now in the second phase. Let's see. So second phase, Samus Will stuns 2 allies, which is really bad. You can see also his deployment limit is really not that great. Like, he has deployed 6 units and he can't deploy any more. That's really bad. That's extremely bad. I think he got offered like the ribbon at some point, which was a +1 deployment limit, but I think it was on the same shop as the Malediction, which is unfortunate. Okay, so he's completely relishing the right lane to focus on the left one, which is, I mean, with 6 unit limits, it's probably the best idea. That's just unfortunate that he has to resort to this. I don't think Contrary can kill any enemy, to be fair. Maybe she can kill the mages, but he probably should have waited just a bit to deploy her. Yeah, I'm not sure. Holy, she can't even kill one. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, -13 is really bad. Again, he doesn't have that much damage. He got like -25% HP on enemies. He's got the whip, but that's about it. Like, he literally didn't get anything else. That's very unfortunate. Oh yeah, he got Malediction too, but that only works on Click and Indigo. Like, he didn't get any range damage increase, he didn't get any overall attack speed increase, like, you know, the toy, this kind of stuff. And also now he doesn't have the Lakebed Aegis active, so yeah. Therapy Tape, Brilliance Laments. Therapy Tape is okay, but at the same time he already has a Victory Horn, so yeah, I don't think he wants this. Brilliant Lament seems probably better. Advance, and Plunder. I mean, Plunder is okay. The thing is, I only realized he only has 1 anti-interference index. I would get the Plunder just to get the Resonance, so he has enough anti-interference index to bypass the debuff he's gonna get. Ooh, okay. E2 Embryo, alright. So does he want to get the anti-interference index, refresh, and get even more anti-interference index? I don't think he can. Like, how much can you get back from the shop every time? I think you can only get back like 10? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's a limit. I usually never use this this thing. Ooh, E2 moves, okay. Yeah, I mean, he can't recruit anymore because he wants to keep 20 hope for the other debuff. Okay,
Whoa, my
stealing from
teammates look
Canard.
pretty capable this time.
Also, he's getting, in my opinion, very lucky with the Dominions. Like, look at this. None of these Dominions are particularly bad. Like, maybe this one and this one, but that's about it. The attack speed from Ethan is becoming funny. Alright, that's nice. That's not nice. I thought this guy would die from Jay before Canard would buff him and make him invincible. Now it's gonna be very bad. And you can deploy Ethan back, but that's still minus, I don't know, 4? Oh, Jesus. Okay, minus 4 is, well, unfortunate, but ultimately I don't think it matters for the last boss because he doesn't have the damage for the last boss. Alright, Vanguard, he wants to skip because he wants 20 hope. So thanks to the leisure time, he can get to 3 anti-interference index, but still, that was extremely dangerous. That was like the worst gamble I've ever seen. Did he really gamble on getting exactly 3 anti-interference index? Because now he's at 3, but that's only because of the leisure time. Well, I bypassed all the debuffs because, well, exactly at 20 hope, even though he could have been at much more because he had the current mark and he decided to pick it last to flex, and he was at 3 anti-interference index, but that was very bad. Okay, so I just realized he doesn't have any top blue for the atoll. The only one he has, quote-unquote, is advanced, and that's the one he picked instead of plunderer, so even getting plunder wouldn't have done the trick. Still, that's actually why he should have actually bought the anti-interference index there and then reroll and get the free one after stealing the shop, because again he gambled on getting the entire interference index from a collectible. You shouldn't do that. Usually if you want the 4th ending, you shouldn't do that at all. Can only use 1 silence, that's bad. I'm not sure if this stage is better than the Frost Nova one or the one with the Lost Colossus. There's a lot of very strong elite enemies, but at the same time you don't have to fight Frost Nova, you don't have to fight the Lances, you don't have to fight the Lost Colossus. Okay, with Ethan he has a good start. And Ethan is really good, particularly in this stage, because he can handle all 2 of these lanes. So when the guys that require 3 block are gonna spawn, they're gonna get slowed like crazy. So there's actually not a lot of dangers there. The guys that kill themselves from here may be a danger, but again, Ethan is gonna take care of them, so yeah, I think he's got this. Okay, nice, there we go. Not a single HP. Again, it was a very good stage for Ethan. Like, that's a nice Ethan showcase for sure. Outcast is much better than the other one because, well, he can use another silence now. Specialist caster with your hope is whatever. Alright, what is this? It's an E2 and he gets a debuff. Nice. Alright, I don't think the shield guards are gonna be of much use, but... Alright, first spear. And now he deploys Perfumer. Any choice to deal damage to look at Sargus with Totter?
Come out. Stop hiding.
Almost no tough.
Who actually deals quite a lot of damage from what I can see.
Violence can't solve all your problems.
I have to get serious now.
Yep. I mean, arguably he didn't have enough stats, so yeah, regarding my analysis of this run, as you can see, I didn't say much during this run. That's because, well, Silvergun is probably one of the most experienced players out there, at least on the global scene, so it's not like I have a lot of insight to say, right? Like, his placements were perfect, his choices of operators were perfect, his choices of collectibles were perfect. I would say some paths were very obvious, like the early use of hunts to get the emergency, bite him back, so maybe there's something to improve there, like wait until you see the whole map and see if there's a boss key passage so you don't use the hunt in advance. The Gamba at the end was very weird, right? Because like, he could have afforded the anti-interference index if he got back enough ingots. So yeah, that's weird that he gambled on this. I would have probably never done that. He also took some stages that he knew he couldn't do and he could have simply skipped them and get a lot of health, actually. Some choices in events were a bit doubtful, but other than that, obviously it's Silvergun. I don't have a lot to say there. Like, the reason why he lost is like 5% his own decisions and 95% the fact that he didn't get better items. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you like this little quote-unquote analysis. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.